Hey everyone, my name is Sean. I'm 21 years old and I'm a resident of the Nine Towers. We experienced a very harsh lockdown over a year ago. Today I have two very special guests with me, two other residents, who will also share and describe their experience they faced during the lockdown, what difficulties and challenges they overcame and how they did it. I will now introduce Akram and Mubarak.
Hello, my name is Akram Haj. I'm a young entrepreneur who's currently in the first year of university at Victoria University studying Advanced Diploma Building Design. I was one of the thousands of residents who were in the harsh lockdown that happened just over a year ago.
Hello, my name is Mubarak. I'm 17 and year 11, and today I'm here to talk about my experience on the hard lockdown that happened last year, and I want to give my point of view and how I coped with the lockdown.
So guys, the first question I want to ask you is, when the lockdown was announced, where and how did you guys find out?
I actually went to go shopping for my mom just to get a few groceries, and saw two cops stop me and say, "Where you going?" and stuff, and I was confused on what was going on, and they had to break down that we're going into a lockdown. So that's how I found out.
I was approached by two female officers who told me go back home, and I was so upset and angry because I didn't know.
They didn't give us an
They didn't give
explanation.
an explanation. We had no idea what was going on. We just told to go home. So obviously in that moment we just had a range of different emotions.
You guys
Didn't
probably
have
watching the news,
reactions,
yeah? Probably watching the news, yeah?
something like that.
You watching the news?
I can listen to the news.
How did you find out?
So the way I found out, not as interesting as Mubarak, but I was at home lying down on my bed and then my phone starts ringing, some boys start calling me, telling me that we're in lockdown. I didn't believe it, so I had to run to the lounge room quickly, check the news, and found out it was real. And then my mum told me to rush down to Woolworths, get as much grocery as you can. So I did that, and then I was stopped as well.
So Akram, my next question that I want to ask you is, during the lockdown, so many things were happening. It was such a hectic time. I want to ask, how did the lockdown affect you?
It was definitely a setback because I was really looking forward to playing in this tournament, and I've trained very hard for a very long time. I trained almost 2 months during our stage 3 lockdown before that, and it was kind of disappointing when I found out we're going into a hard lockdown, especially a hard lockdown saying can't leave my house at all, not able to exercise. I kind of did mess up my mental health a bit. Couldn't even go for a jog, a walk, couldn't even get fresh air, so it was kind of sad, definitely.
So the lockdown was probably a big effect on me, emotionally and physically, just due to the time I was actually in Year 12.
So how did you study? So how did it work? How did you manage to finish Year 12?
So at the time, I was in Year 12, and it was a really stressful moment, since Year 12 was a big factor itself. The harsh lockdown added a great load onto it. But thankfully I did graduate, and but during the time of the hard lockdown, it was really hard for me to study, as most of the Year 12s were in the lockdown. So as a community, all the Year 12 students came together, and all the previous Year 12 students before that came together to advise us, and we all helped each other studying as a community. And we did feel really neglected from the government just because the VCE did not help us in any way.
Thank you guys so much for your time. You guys have told me so many great things. The question that I want to ask you now is, during all these things that you guys have experienced and went through, what could you say you came out with, or what have you guys learned?
Well, yeah, that's a great question, Sean. Well, the lockdown definitely showed me the importance of being a part of a close community, and without the support of this great community, I don't know if I'd be here today, to be honest, with the challenges that we all faced last year. And a few of the challenges that I faced individually was the inability to practice the sport that I love the most, and that kind of that played a big effect on my mental health, and the isolation that I felt from not being able to communicate with the outside world. Yeah, and lastly, watching the world move on without me was kind of sad as well. Well, this experience taught me many values such as patience, confidence to speak my mind, and the importance of staying connected to those around me. And while I learned a lot, I'm hoping I learned more from this great experience.
So the thing that I learned during the hard lockdown was keeping communication with people that I know and love, because due to the free time that I had, I was able to check on friends and family and see how they were. So the positives that came out of this lockdown was the quick thinking of the community and how they came together so effectively and efficiently to support people in the Nine Towers. Even though the government, who have so many resources, weren't able to do. And the feelings of seeing my community and other communities come together to support people like me, I felt neglected by the government, it was a great feeling to see people, familiar faces that I know, coming to help me.
Thank you guys so much for your time. You guys said so many beautiful things. I feel like what you guys have said to me today, it's important for so many people out there to hear what you guys have said. There's so many things that you can learn from it, and people don't even know about the story that much, especially in Australian media. Before I finish off, is there anything else you guys would like to say? Any last words?
Yeah, I just want to say on behalf of the two of us, thank you for having us on this platform and letting us express our feelings and what we went through during the harsh lockdown.
Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. We've had two great guests give their input about their experiences and what they faced. I just would like to say thank you for you guys for coming down. Really appreciate it. And also would like to thank the organisers who helped make this happen. Me personally, I love these kind of things where we get to see input from different young upcoming talents as well as residents of the estates and their experiences. Thank you so much for watching this and stay tuned.